Tesla. I have to confess that Tesla has accomplished real miracles, nothing taken away, but when you look at the valuation of the stock, it does hearken me back to the 1990s of, wow, is a lot on the come. So as a Tesla owner, how do you think about the valuation of the stock? And what does the company need to do ultimately to send it higher from here?
So the way I think about Tesla is it's really disrupting the traditional automobile market. What I would encourage everyone to do is go to your local Tesla showroom and test drive a Tesla. I had the opportunity to do that when Tesla went public on their roadshow. I test drove the Roadster, and as a colleague of mine stated, it was an iPhone moment, or a moment where I still remember the first time I went on the World Wide Web. No one calls it the World Wide Web anymore, but I still remember when I went there, and it was one of those moments that I still remember. And so driving a Tesla was a similar moment where the ride is so smooth, it's so quiet, the regeneration of the brakes is amazing. And so for me, this was a company that was going to disrupt the automobile market. And their roadmap has always been start at the high end and then bring that technology down to the masses. And we're really at the cusp of that event where they're introducing the Model 3 this month. And they showed it last year, and they had over 300,000 reservations. People plunking down $1,000 without even seeing, being inside the car. Can you imagine that? And so slowly we're going to start to see these cars out on the road over the next 6 to 12 months. So when I look at the automobile market from a top-down perspective, there's about 90 million cars sold each year. About 10 million of those are what I call, in the $35,000 or above, kind of the luxury car market. And that's where the Model 3 is really focused on attracting that buyer. When you look at what they've been able to accomplish in the high-end luxury market, they've been selling about 80,000 cars annually at an average price of $100,000, which is not affordable to most people. But they've captured 25% market share in that market. So overall, when you look at their market share today, it's less than 1/10 of 1%, so 0.1% of overall cars sold. When you look at the high-end luxury market, it's 25%. So now with the Model 3, the opportunity is really to go into a much bigger market, 10 million cars. Why can't they get 10% market share? If they can get 10% market share, that's 1 million cars sold each year. And when you look at BMW or Porsche, their margins are around 15 to 20% operating margins. Tesla actually sells directly to the consumer. The dealer actually captures about 500 basis points of margin. So, and Tesla to this day hasn't spent a dime on advertising. That's another 300 to 500 basis points of margin that they have. So there's a lot of room for Tesla to become profitable over time. I think when you look back at some of the great growth stocks of our lifetime, they weren't profitable initially. Companies like an Amazon fits into that category. Netflix fits into that category. So you have a company that I think has the potential to become much larger if they're successful with the Model 3.